Life is good.
Another episode of Coach Keyton Crawford here on the Crawford Podcasting Network here at Grand Traverse Pie Company, corner of Hagedorn, East Grand River, Stone's Throw Way, from Michigan State University. On what is today, October the 6th?
Six. It's almost
Yeah.
Halloween time.
Yeah, beautiful weather. Crazy weekend in college football, and we're going to unpack all that, which will probably be the more entertaining part of this podcast because our respective teams laid an egg on the West Coast, as Big Ten teams do when they typically go to West Coast Big Ten teams now.
Right.
Oregon and Washington. I'm still trying to process that. But Michigan State on Friday night falls to the Oregon Ducks, a very good team, 31-10. And Michigan last night, in very disappointing fashion, falls to the Washington Huskies, 27-17, a game that they got down 14-0, retook the lead, bringing Jack Tuttle, who's finally healthy again. Wow, let's start with that game first, the most recent one. And I'll just throw this nugget out. When I look, Kerry, at all the position groups on this team, there's offensive line. All right, take it back. There's defensive line, running back, and place kicker are three strong suits. All the other ones are weaknesses right now. The secondary is deplorable. Quarterback play, you don't need to delve into that. I mean, Tuttle did all he could. He turned the ball over. He put some juice into that team.
Sure.
They're 4-2 at the halfway mark. And if you would tell me they could match that for the second half of the year, sign me up, get the paperwork going, I'll sign it. 8-4. That's the expectation level of this Michigan team. Obviously, they lose 18-22, or they had 18-22 starters, new starters, but they guys that have been experienced, so they should be better than this. But the coaching staff is, some decision making. The out of position optics you see in that secondary jumps out at you. Will Johnson's the only guy out there who's doing his job. But anyway, your thoughts, and your clear-minded thoughts from a Michigan State perspective.
The thing I saw, obviously, the defensive line did their thing as usual.
Right. Mason Graham,
78,
Kenneth Graham,
just amazing. The biggest glaring, which I saw last night, which I saw a week ago with our own team, the lack of tackling.
Oh my! Open field tackling
was very.
What happened
bad.
about sinking your hips and?
And give credit to Washington for having guys with a little bit more wiggle than where the case may be. But the open field tackling was a problem. I thought Edwards ran better. I didn't know something was wrong with Mullins. But the thing about it with, Tuttle came back, but as we both know, when you two out of the three things when you throw the ball are bad.
Yeah.
And just because he can throw the ball downfield doesn't mean it's going to be successful.
Right.
Especially with the lack of very good receivers.
Well, they cannot get separation.
Exactly.
And you're totally locked on Colson Loveland as your go-to guy. It's like literally your only. I mean, it's read option one. I mean, that's it.
That's it.
It's progression one, and it stops there.
And then again, he definitely, obviously, I know you can't turn the ball.
Well, I mean, I said they had to Michigan had to be at least +1 in the turnover category, and then a -1. But there was a play in the game. It's tied up 17-17, and it's also disconcerting. Michigan took the lead, and then Washington scored the final 13 points of the game. But Donovan Edwards had a crease open between guard and tackle. He slipped. And Michigan was slipping all day. So maybe the equipment manager, we'll bring back John Falk, would you? Big Johnny. I don't know. Did you see a lot of slippage going on?
Yeah, well, the thing about that, especially his run, though.
Yeah.
There's only one person that cuts off the inside foot in the history of turf running of period. And that's Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Nobody cuts off the inside foot without, especially the way
Falling.
these guys are built right now.
Yeah.
Too strong.
Well, he's strong and he's
strong.
And he runs high. He doesn't
Straight
run
up.
center gravity.
But if he doesn't trip, he's one-on-one
Well,
with the
he's
safety.
one-on-one with that safety. You see that safety?
He was
They
going
had
to make a
two
business decision, and I'm good.
Yeah.
That's to the house. That's a touchdown.
Oh, that's a touchdown.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
100%.
I mean, 'cause he's out in
100%.
space. I mean,
So that was huge for Washington
yeah.
that he did, and it's so frustrating because you can see him just rolling like I said to myself, like, oh, that's a touchdown.
And then they
Kind of imploded.
well, then the end, they got interference. I mean, there was no call on that Marvin Klein, but that isn't. I mean, that's not lost the game. They lost the game on so many times. Like football game is little fragments that all add up into one big piece of the final outcome.
Absolutely.
And
And that's why when people say, you know, the one play, it all adds up to one.
All
Every
adds
play
up.
means, especially in football, because
Yeah.
the possessions are so few. It's not like basketball where you're up and down and up. Every play is so important in football.
by attention to detail is that supreme in the sport of football. It's a complicated sport, most brilliant sport in the world, and because so much goes into it. People don't know. We talk about this all the time. What goes into win a football game, and how difficult it is to win a football game, especially on the road. And Michigan is just. They're. I mean, you could add up. You talk about little fragments. I mean, Jim Harbaugh, his recruiting, even when the Big Ten championship years dropped off, and then basically he announces he's leaving the team late, but everything got pushed back because they're in the national championship game, and then his announcement gets pushed back. J.J. McCarthy's announcement gets pushed back, and there's only one or two viable quarterbacks in the portal at the time. I mean, these are things that add up, but you got to overcome that. You have to But I think Tuttle, if he cleans up the turnovers, he at least looks like a quarter. He looks like he can threaten the defense in two elements of run and pass. I mean, getting the running game going.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're doing a podcast now. Okay.
So that will.
There's some strange ones. Go ahead.
You have to, with him, it's just a question of, obviously he's been practicing because he's picked up everything to be able to run the offense. It's just a question of facilitating that for the next 6 weeks. Now, the question is, Orgy, the other kids, the young man's Warren, right?
Well, Davis Warren, yeah,
Warren,
but he's
like-
probably out of the loop.
Like,
I mean,
you're just,
I mean,
like, what do those
it's
guys,
like
what do
next,
those guys do at this point?
next. Well, you're a
Orgy's
clipboard guy.
a backup guy now,
You're getting maybe 10% of the snaps in practice.
and he has to have more period just to keep getting
Now,
better.
Tuttle supposedly got 40% of the snaps in practice, which led me to believe that he was going to play, and he
Sure.
did play. I heard that earlier in the week, but this is a bad loss. And once again, Michigan fans, you're just going to have to readjust your expectations this year, because this is not a very good. I mean, it can be. I used to say it's a good football team. It can be. They possibly can be great. I think they're an average team right now that maybe be good. I don't know, because they got so many flaws that are
The key to them,
happening all the time.
the key to them going forward is just being able to get the running game going. Just probably say 10% better.
Yeah.
Because then that will allow them to be able to control the ball more.
Right.
So that the onus is not gonna have. He's not gonna have to win the game for you.
Exactly.
You can manage
You
it
want a
better.
manageable quarterback. You want the Trent Dilfer quarterback, obviously,
And the
but they don't
defense.
have. But they don't have the wideout. They don't.
just
Braylon Edwards,
somebody,
Steve
one,
Bresson out there. They don't
one.
have that guy.
If Zero is he still playing?
Who's that?
Zero.
Yeah.
Did he play? Did he show up?
No. I mean, Smosh Morgan. He played this time. He didn't play last week.
That's
but
what I'm
he's
saying.
not.
It's like
But he.
you got to show up.
Well,
Somebody
I understand that,
maybe
but
get an
Frederick Moore
opportunity
is
to
the
show
deepest
up.
threat. They're not getting, and I don't have secondary. I'm watching it on TV, and you can't see secondary. When I'm at the box, I look at the secondary start, and I work forward on the defense when I'm looking at things. In revert, I mean, when Michigan's got the ball, for some reason, I always look at the wide receivers and see who's getting separation. before even knowing what's going on at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
I mean, after the snap, but I'd kind of scan.
Sure.
And they're not getting separation.
Anyway, so.
Yeah, most people watch the ball. But here's the thing about a bye week. Okay, Michigan goes into bye week. So when you lose going into the bye week, it's like you lose twice because you've lost. I mean, you're feeling you got a sour taste this week and next week. When you win going into the bye week, you win twice because you sweetness and then sweetness next week. Yeah, you got the week off. Same thing goes for Michigan State. Michigan State, 31-10. We're going to move over to the Spartans right now. What happened in Eugene? I thought there were moments they had 2 big picks. You know, they had guys making play, and I thought that was cool. Brantley picked off one. Who was the other guy? Malik Spencer. He's a good player. They got 2 good secondary guys.
Oh,
there.
No. They were the key again. It's kind of like us, you know, in high school. First drive right down the field. You got to take care of the football.
You're going back. So you're going to start with the offense first for Michigan State, as far as what you're going to dissect right now. Because I thought there were some things on defense. The matchup on linebacker, your veteran linebacker, seems to be not. I mean, he doesn't have lateral speed.
He's Cal Holiday. Besides being
who started as a freshman.
Besides being a great person.
Oh, I've interviewed him. He's awesome.
He's a great person, but he's a tight end to tight end kid.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, there was some glaring
being able to make plays.
Speed disparities between,
and that's why they're number 4, 5, 6 team in the country.
Yeah,
you know, they have those kids that can that get in space, and it's a problem.
Right.
Cal Holiday, I love the kid. He's not making those. He just can't. He's athletically limited.
I thought that Oregon leveraged that.
No question.
No question
about it. That's why they're great coaches. Landy's a great coach. And they're going to do well.
Yeah.
And that, you know, but you had the momentum. First and goal from the 2, you have to take care of the football.
Yeah.
You just have to. You have to get field goal, touchdown, should have got touchdown.
So you got Spartan fans say, bring in the other guy to train that North Dakota State.
That is not the answer right now.
Schuster?
That is not the answer.
Yeah. No.
This is the young man that's going to help us turn the program around. And if next year these same things are happening, okay.
Can you imagine him if he cleans up those mistakes?
It's going to happen, or eventually, then you will have to make.
Okay, but I mean, I think he's going to clean it up. I mean, he just turned 19 years old. Okay,
absolutely,
and I think he's got a lot of skill set.
Every snap he takes, he's getting better.
Okay, any athlete, any team, there's ceiling and there's floor. Okay, his ceiling is he's got one of those vaulted ceilings in a house. You know, it's got a 15-footer up there where you got to get a pole up there to get the dust stuff. Absolutely. That's Aiden Childs in my mind.
Those big houses with the 12-footers.
Where like a Jack Tuttle's, you know, your conventional in the 1960 style 12-foot or 8-foot ceiling. It's an 8-foot ceiling.
But that's okay though, if you have the surroundings.
Yeah, you can get by with that.
Now see, like, and before knowing how limited we can be on offense, that's in the mindset of the quarterback. I got to make a play. I got to make a play. I got to make a play. Well, no. You don't always have to make the play. Sometimes to make the play is just a smart play and throw the ball out of bounds and come back and have another play. He's learning that.
You see,
but the fumble on, we just can't afford that.
See, you guys got a player I wish Michigan had, Nick Marsh, because that is a long-term talent with a super high ceiling.
Absolutely.
Okay, and he's made plays.
No question.
He's made plays. I would
do
everything I could to get him the ball, because good things happen when he gets near the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. Next year,
so they got 2 weeks.
We get a week off, which, like you say, you get a week.
Sour taste. But
this is a needed week off for us.
I think it's better. I mean, Michigan State this is a work in progress. Maybe their expectation. I mean, their perceived expectations is lower. They can focus on Iowa. They can outscore Iowa. I mean, Iowa can't score at all.
But Iowa is better. I mean, Iowa is better offensively than they were the last 4 or 5 years.
Did you watch the Ohio State game?
I did. They moved the ball, you know.
Little bit.
They moved the ball,
little bit.
You know. But the thing about it, we're going into the bye week with a chance to improve, to get healthy, get some guys back, and then what's going to happen is we have a team coming that's not going to, you would think, is not going to light the scoreboard out.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so right now, Michigan State is 3-3. Okay.
Probably should be 4-2.
Should be 4-2.
It's
They're
the bus.
3-3. Okay. So when you look at their schedule, the rest of the way, all these games are winnable.
And they're all losable.
Well, yeah, I understand.
If you look at the teams, though, I mean, Indiana looks like the juggernaut right now.
But you say that, and I say that, and then I don't say that because I watched that Northwestern game played over there in the soccer field in that beautiful setting over Lake Michigan. I mean, why don't y'all just go for a swim? It's 76 degrees out. What are you doing in the stands?
They get their overhead with their drone shots.
Those overhead shots,
wow,
like,
that's really
am I at
amazing.
Pebble Beach?
Right.
This is insane.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Michigan State, first of all, not to get ahead of ourselves, but October 26th in Ann Arbor is a flat-out pick-em. That game, either team could easily win that game.
Easily.
Okay.
But that's the Big Ten, though. I mean, Minnesota beats USC.
Okay.
I mean,
and Vanderbilt beat Alabama as a
sure
22-point dog. Missouri got blown out by Texas A&M.
Got worked.
Yeah, they were number 9 team in the nation. And then Tennessee, folks, loses to Arkansas, which Arkansas is one of those teams, that could probably beat, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or something. I mean, they are just a program that is weird. I mean, they can beat anybody and lose to, Jonesboro.
To Mid-East State.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
That's college football, and that's the portal.
Yeah.
It's given, Pavia from New Mexico comes to Vanderbilt, and instantly with Jerry Kill from Saginaw Valley State.
There you go, baby.
Put the offense together.
There you go.
And knocking down the giant,
But you know what? All that being said, there's one team that's looked pretty damn impressive. I say that right now. Who knows? It might change next week in Eugene or Ohio State. I mean, that was a slow, grinding blowout.
Kind of thing.
A methodical blowout.
Truly.
I mean, you knew it when it was 14-0, it was over with.
Right.
I mean,
14-0 might as well be.
Because you got 11 more points than you're going to need to win a game.
Literally. Poor Iowa.
Oh my God, painstaking watching Iowa's offense.
Just imagine to be Phil Parker.
Phil Parker, the former Spartan. Was he played when you were here, right?
Before me.
Just a little bit before.
I saw
when Harbaugh was here,
when
Harbaugh was playing in Michigan, he was a senior. They were the same grade.
Yeah, he was a GA when I was at Michigan State. But just like, can you just give me a couple touchdowns? Just a couple.
All I need to work with.
Just give me a couple.
I'm not asking much, guys.
Not much.
Guys. And they got that Tim Lesser, the Western Michigan is a new OC at Iowa.
Let's go.
But man, let's get to work, dude.
X's and O's.
But I think Michigan
gotta have some Jimmys and Joes.
I think Michigan State's going to beat Iowa, and I'll predict when we get into game week for Michigan State. I have no idea where I'm going to go with that game because it is just scrambled eggs right now for the Michigan Wolverines. And Michigan State as well. What's that?
Who do they have coming out of the bye?
Michigan at Illinois. When you look at the schedule, there's one game on the schedule that I think Michigan assuredly will win. Is Northwestern at home.
That's what Nick Saban said about Vanderbilt.
Well, that's true. Okay. So November 23rd.
There are no gimmies anymore.
That's win number 5. Okay. But to be bowl eligible, they're going to have to either win a pick'em game or an underdog game. They will be underdogs at Illinois, I guarantee it. At least 3.5, I think. Okay. They're underdogs in Seattle to an unranked team. They'll be underdogs in Indiana on November the 9th. Oregon at home on November 2nd. and then you got the bye, and then you got Northwestern, and you got Ohio State, which Ohio State would probably be a 23-point favorite in that game by the time we get to that.
That's at the shoe.
That's at the shoe. So it might as well be at the shoe. Rich said, "Hey, get that shoe game out this year because Michigan's got no chance to beat." But I mean, so what I'm saying, the only pick'em, there's one pick'em game, and I say that now. Maybe I'll perceive Michigan State will be the favorite in that game. Is October 26th against Michigan State. So I mean, it could be, like I said, 8-4. Give me the paperwork. Let's sign it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I might even take a 7-5 because this is just rehab. They got to get this thing shored up. They got a year to do it.
Got to figure it out.
Got to figure it out. You got so you got Portnoy, the guy who owns Barstools, Michigan alum, is going to fork out $4 or $5 million into a quarterback.
3, and then somebody else came in with another mill to get 4 to get somebody.
Yeah, so just keep, they're going to have to play the game the way the game's played.
Well, they're trying to flip Bryce. Trying to get Bryce to stay home.
Well, I'll tell you what.
$4 million.
If you're going to get a quarterback to come to Michigan, you're going to have to show you got some wide receivers who can get over.
Throw the ball to.
It takes 2 to tango on that thing.
So if it's going to take $4 million to get Bryce Underwood to flip, it's going to take $500 to $1 million each to get some wide receivers
all you
to
rich
come with them.
Michigan alumni, which don't include me in terms of that rich category, time to open up your pocketbooks, open up your hearts, and get that NIL budget to about 30, 40 million, and we'll work from there. That's my solution.
College football. How much money can you pay to stay relevant?
What better way to spend it than automatic? But you know what? Before I'm going to jump in a little bit to EL is my team doesn't have to be good, and they're not good right now. It's more fun when your team is good. But I enjoy college football. I will be all over the games next week. That Ohio State-Oregon game is going to be riveting. I can't wait to see that next Saturday night.
Of course.
And I
thought yesterday was amazing.
I thought yesterday was an amazing day in college football. It really
I had
was.
to go to bed. You're the night owl staying up.
I didn't have the night. I went to bed at 35-10.
I had. I'm like, okay,
Cal was ahead of
you got
Miami,
this game,
and
whatever.
Miami
And then
came back and won 36.
You told me that they won that game this morning.
Go to Sports Center. Go to Sports Center.
Golly.
Yeah. It was Cam Ward. Now Cam Ward. Now,
He won the Heisman last night on that game. Then, if that's the case.
Yeah. No kidding. He's so much better than Will Rogers, the Washington quarterback. Give me Cam Ward. Holy moly. Yeah.
Everybody would like to have Cam Ward.
Yeah. I think he's real good.
How much Miami coughed up to get him?
Well, hey, it's what it takes. That's how you play the game.
That's the name of the game these days.
Okay, lastly, unfortunate you got East. We got to keep track. We have to keep track of the Trojans. They're still in the hunt for a playoff.
Still in the hunt. Still on the hunt. A lot of
they went and played
games
Davidson, who's a top 10 team in Division One. Yeah, and dropped the 35-10 setback. You must not have been happy after that.
Yeah, to a certain extent. It's like we went to a gunfight with a pocket knife. We're down 7 starters.
That sucks.
Including the tailback, Mauricio, Jays didn't play. So
you got a Division One player, running back didn't play.
Yeah. So but the kids we had, we were still in position
That'll help your depth.
to play and win a football game. We scored first. We're in the red zone at least 3 times. It didn't come away with shot ourselves in the foot with turnovers or penalties or whatnot. But the kids who played, they played. We just didn't have enough horses, and it don't get any easier.
You got Everett.
You got the Vikings of Everett.
Team that you coached for how many years were you coaching at Everett?
Well, 20 at least.
Okay. So the Everett Vikings are good. I'm going to be at that game.
Rolling right now.
It's a 6. I like the 6 o'clock start. I don't mind it.
No, I don't like it.
Well, I know you don't like it, but
I like it late.
But I get tired at 9 o'clock.
I don't like it because it changes everything. It changes all your preparation and stuff.
Okay.
And the bottom line is, and we've said that for years, you can play the game at 6, you can play it at 7, you can play it at 5, you can play it at 7. If the kids that are going to show up to cause problems, they're going to show up at those times to cause a problem.
Oh, I see. From a security, you're talking about from a crowd security.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter what time
Which
the game
is what the Lansing School
They're going to
District
fight.
is.
Unfortunate as that may be, and who has to pay the price for it? The kids that are out there trying to do something good.
Yeah.
So
I'll be there. I'll be over there and I'll go over to see Julio.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they got some good dudes that
They're
have.
playing well. And,
Yeah,
you
playing
can't-
well,
you
they got
can't be
athletes.
mad. You can't be mad when the kids do well, and the guys that are coaching them up, and they're having success. The only people that are mad are the haters.
Well, those people just want to hate.
And
I mean,
that's what they
that's their
do.
fundamental
That's what they
purpose
do.
in life.
Exactly.
Is to hate. That's they get up in the morning wanting to hate.
And,
But I tell you,
and then they're waiting for them to fail so they can say, ah, ha, ha, ha.
what I do like though is I like going. They call it still Archie Ross Stadium, or is it- they got some other.
Archie Ross.
There's no track, so you're right close. It's nice.
Right on top.
And the field is always nice.
Well, it's in really good shape this year, too.
Yeah. So
Really, really nice.
I'm
We
heading
got-
over
we got
that.
hash marks over there now, so
Oh, yeah.
no. We got paint, we got EV in the middle, got Everett in
EV.
Everett in the end zones. No, it really looks beautiful. It looks like it's supposed to be. Like there's some investment. Shout out to Jaleel and AD Hurd.
Yeah.
Taking care of that. So you feel. People don't understand. You feel better when your environment looks and feels the way
Absolutely.
everybody else's does.
you don't even notice it. You
know.
notice it subconsciously. You just feel better.
Feel better about
Yeah.
your environment and
Right.
what's going on.
I agree.
So shout out to AD Hurd
Yeah.
and Jaleel for getting the boys playing well.
Yeah.
Happy for them.
All right, he's Kerry Keyton. I'm Tom Crawford from the Crawford Podcasting Network. We'll see you next week. And it'll be the bye week, but there's still plenty to talk about.
Plenty to talk.
Yeah, we got to break everything down. And we're getting closer to the backyard brawl. And,
Hell week.
I don't know. That's got to be painful. He with a few of his turnovers wins that. It could be the turnover bowl. We'll call it the
Truly.
All right, until next time. See ya.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.